just said, I'm not the dad. By July, I was done. I told her, if you're not going to follow the agreement, neither am I. And so I quit paying her. I asked her if I could keep the baby. She said, once you pay, then we can discuss. I told Hadley I wasn't paying her, and we got into it. She's like, you have everything you need to take her back to court. If I stop paying, all the judge is going to hear is that I stopped paying child support.
If he truly isn't a biological father, it's understandable why he would question being responsible for child support, especially if he believed for years that the child was his. Situations like this can be deeply emotional and life-changing for everyone involved. Today, we're looking at some of the most heartbreaking moments where men discover unexpected truths about paternity, and every clip reveals another shocking twist you won't want to miss.
I just said, I'm not the dad. By July, I was done. I told her, if you're not going to follow the agreement, neither am I. And so I quit paying her. I asked her if I could keep the baby. She said, once you pay, then we can discuss. I told Hadley I wasn't paying her, and we got into it. She's like, you have everything you need to take her back to court. If I stop paying, all the judge is going to hear is that I stopped paying child support. Just saying, but I was at my breaking point. And then I hear from my mom. Now she's telling my parents that they can't even see the baby anymore because I refuse to care for her. Which to Maria, that just means I'm not paying her enough.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that she always does. When she can't control me, she goes to my parents because she knows that works. I caved after 6 days and paid her. Just like that, I was allowed to see the baby again. Hadley had brought up DNA test, and me thinking court was imminent, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and order it. So that weekend when I had the baby, I decided to do it. So me and Hadley are just laying on the couch, laughing about something, and that's when I get a notification. It's an email from Paternity Lab. After I open this email, I read it, and I think I'm reading it wrong, but I scan it 3 times, and I see 0%. I look at Hadley, and I say, I'm not the dad. And I just drop my phone. And she picks it up, and she says, you're reading it wrong. You know, she starts scanning it, you know, and zooming in, and I'm over here just with my hands over my head. She looked at me and she said, you're not the dad. And it just felt unreal. I felt shock. And that's when I immediately called my mom. Whenever she answered, I just said, I'm not the dad. She didn't know us taking the test. It was a complete shock to her. She yelled at me. She said that that's not real. There's no way. At one point, she was like, "There's no way. Y'all have the same eyelashes. Y'all have the same toes." And
wow.
I said, "Mama, everybody has eyelashes. I just looked at everything." So after a week, there's this incredibly weird silence. I feel this pressure on me to make a decision, and I'm trying to tell everybody what else to do, and I don't even know what to do myself. And one night, Hadley comes up to me and she says that, hey babe, we can just pretend none of this happened. Whatever you want to do, I support you 100%. And after thinking on that, it was definitely an option. No one else knows. We could just go on, continue with the regular lives. I wasn't thinking about Maria and how she treated me at this point. It was just me thinking about my relationship with my daughter.
Exactly.
I think 2 days went by, and all I could think about during those 2 days was how unfair it was that the real dad had been robbed of all this time with her, all those special moments that I spent with her. That is something that he never got to have. I felt like I was taking that if I was to not tell the truth. So at this point, I still haven't made a decision. My parents still don't believe it at all. I decided to do another DNA test, and I wanted to see the baby and see how I still felt whenever I held her. So everything was fine at first. She was calling me Dada, and just every time she would call me Dad, it just started to eat at me. At one point, I just started uncontrollably crying, and I had to call my mom to come get her. I couldn't do the test that day. So my mom comes and picks her up, and Hadley being Hadley, she calms me down. And the next morning, I know that I still need to do the test. So my mom brings the baby back down, and that's when we did the second test. I knew exactly how the results would be. And I knew this would be the last time I see her. And that was the single most worst day of my life.
Sad. And
as I'm trying to grieve this, I still have to keep quiet. I'm trying to talk to attorneys. I'm trying to keep my cool. And I still have Maria harassing me and abusing me through messages when I know I know at this point that it's not my kid.
I started telling friends and family, and everybody's in shock.
The probability of paternity is 0%. Bro!
Isn't that the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life?
I hired a lawyer, and he said, do not contact Maria again until she's served.
What makes the situation so surprising is that he appears to be the one facing criticism. Even though the circumstances suggest a conflict may have stemmed from decisions made by the other person involved. Instead of taking responsibility and trying to resolve the issue, the tension only seems to escalate, making an already difficult situation even worse.
I started telling friends and family, and everybody's in shock.
The probability of paternity is 0%. Bro!
Isn't that the most insane thing you've ever seen in your life?
I hired a lawyer, and he said, do not contact Maria again until she's served. For the first few weeks, I was just sad, and then there was this moment. Hadley and I were just sitting there, and she kind of mumbled under her breath, I can't believe she called me a whore. And both of us just started dying laughing. This was the first moment where I was like, what the did I just go through? And then small town people start talking, and I start getting messages like this. I guess all of her friends always knew who the real baby daddy was, but no one bothered to tell me.
Wow.
And I was pissed. I started looking at this tattoo every day. And she would post this tattoo on her Facebook, and now knowing that her friends knew, I start wondering, were they laughing at me the whole time?
Yeah,
I started to hate looking at my own arm, and I didn't want the tattoo anymore. It had nothing to do with the baby, it had everything to do with Maria. Hadley suggested that I either get it covered or removed. After some thought, I thought a line through it would symbolize moving on from the abuse, but not forgetting the child that I love. I had no idea. After she was served, I gave her plenty of time because I asked Hadley how she would react if her kid's dad served her with paperwork showing DNA results that he wasn't the dad. And Hadley said I would immediately call him and tell him to get his down here and do another DNA test in front of me because I know they're his kids. But what does Maria do? For the first time ever, she's quiet. So I post my video to my 100 followers to clear my name. I don't mention Hadley's name at all, and I keep the baby's identity hidden. Then the messages start rolling in. Shortly after, I'm served with a restraining order and they're demanding I take down all my posts. And that's when they take the opportunity to start twisting the narrative on my...
All right. Just when it seemed like the story couldn't take another unexpected turn, an even more surprising detail comes to light. It appears that many people in the community may have already known about the situation, yet no one ever spoke up to let him know. If that's true, it makes the entire story even more heartbreaking, because learning something so important long after everyone else is never easy.
Amanda was just Maria's best friend, but then she tries to ruin our lives. Turns out, she's been protecting a secret that she knew from the very beginning.
Uh-oh.
It started whenever Amanda posted that Hadley lost custody of her kids. Completely false. And instead of fact-checking, she tags Hadley publicly like she's proud of it. Hadley responds kindly and just tells her the truth. Amanda lost it. That's when she started going off in the DMs. Hadley just doesn't respond. And then it gets worse. She starts posting our address online and threatening Hadley. She started sending Hadley her own address and threatening her to show up. And then she actually shows up to a gas station and tries to fight us.
Uh-oh.
What did we do?
And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, that's when someone called their business.
Can we interest you in a fishing charter?
Let me say it again, tough guy.
Hey,
No,
hey,
it
where
again.
you at, man? Why don't you come find me, man?
No, you
heard
called.
when I called you.
Say it
Heard when I
again.
called
I know.
you.
Say it again. I just want to be clear. Say it again. So what did you call me again?
I called you what you know you are.
No.
Fucking porch.
Oh wow. And what else?
Yeah,
And what
where
else?
you at?
This is who we're dealing with. And it wasn't just Amanda and Hadley's DMs, it was her husband Julian and mine too. Threatening to fight me over a baby that wasn't even mine. She told Hadley that she was going to call the nursing board. She said that she was absolutely coming for her livelihood, and then bragged about making a TikTok just to expose Hadley's personal information. Hadley made one video, not to call anyone out, just to clear her name.
I'm ready to address this search bar that's been on all my videos. I did not lose custody of any of my kids, and none of them have a disability.
Then Maria says this and sends Hadley a cease and desist, just for defending herself. She never said Amanda's name, not once. But Amanda told her, I'm not going to stop, period, take the video down. At this point, we stopped seeing Amanda and Julian just as Maria's loyal friends, because it really didn't make sense anymore. Why were they this personally invested? Because we had the court-ordered DNA test back at this time. So why were they still going so hard over a lie? And just like we did with Maria's cousin Michelle, we went full FBI mode. We got quite the laugh out of these, and then we found this one. And that's when we realized that Julian and the guy that everybody's telling us is Maria's real baby daddy, they weren't just friends, they were business partners. We realized that when Maria got pregnant, that man was married with a baby at home. And in Mississippi, if your spouse can prove infidelity, they can take everything. The house, the kids, and the business. So if that ever came out, it wouldn't just be that guy's life falling apart. It would also be Julian and Amanda's too. So that's why they came after us. Not because we lied, because they always knew the truth. They weren't just defending a lie, they helped build it. And they've been trying to protect it ever since. And the deeper we dug, the more we realized this isn't even the whole story.
It's easy to understand why some people would have wanted to keep a situation like this private, but once it became public, the impact was bound to affect everyone involved. Allegations involving disputed paternity can have life-changing emotional and legal consequences, and many people view intentionally misleading someone about something so significant as a profound betrayal of trust. After believing one version of the truth for years, discovering that everything may have been different would be incredibly difficult for anyone to process, making this one of the most heartbreaking situations imaginable. What started as a public rejection appears to have escalated into an even more serious situation for this woman. Instead of walking away, the incident seems to have led to additional legal complications, turning an already embarrassing moment into one with potentially lasting consequences.
Getting a divorce, people. I found out that my beautiful girl right here was cheating on me this whole time and had someone else's kid, huh? Ain't that right, baby? Talk to the camera, come on. Tell them what you was doing. Oh, she don't want to show face. It's okay. Divorce, can we say divorce papers coming? Huh? Can we say?
That escalated quickly.
She just now getting home? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, pumpkin? Yep. So, fellas, if you anything like me, you're gonna be smart and not wife up these kind of women. You know what I mean? You hear over here crying because I already served her. Yep. She did too many times. Ain't that right? Stop. I know, stop. I know. I get it. I get it. I know what's going on here. Fellas, be loyal to yourself, because they won't be. You understand? This is what you deal with. This is what you deal with. Huh? Coming home all late hours of the night. Huh? You still tired? Are you making me my breakfast? Huh? Are you making breakfast? Are you making breakfast? Peace out, people. This is my...
As we've seen in similar stories on this channel, the person at the center of the situation doesn't appear to be taking the consequences seriously. Despite the damage the relationship has already suffered, the behavior seems to continue without much concern for how it affects others. In many cases, reality doesn't fully set in until the consequences become impossible to ignore, especially when they begin to impact someone's stability and everyday life.
Look! They saying you was on the phone with a man.
Bro, I'm gonna call the cops, bro. Yo, stop. Call the cops right now. Call the cops on the bro.
Oh, listen, man.
He just pushed me. He's trying to push me against that. Like,
so
now you're putting your hands on women? Hold on. Call the cops, bro. He doesn't want to block that home.
Come on. Now you talking about we put our hands on you?
Yo, you trying to push me over that, right?
This kind of behavior is deeply troubling because false accusations can have serious consequences, potentially damaging a person's reputation, relationships, and future. Cases like these highlight why clear evidence and careful investigation are so important before conclusions are reached. It's fortunate that this incident was reportedly captured on video, providing a clearer picture of what happened. But the fact that the situation escalated this far is concerning in itself and reflects a significant lapse in judgment.
16-year-old just found out that his dad isn't his real dad anymore because of my bitter-ass sister. She claims it's for his own good, but in what way is that for his own good? When I found out I was pregnant with my son, I made the logical choice to pick the father that made the most money. His real dad was working at McDonald's for like $8.25 an hour. I don't want that as a man. He was just one of my hoes, and that was that. And I got pregnant, and so I picked the richer dad. And although the richer dad didn't take care of him and hasn't been around, he does pay child support, and he pays a lot, and it pays for a majority of my rent. Well, my sister never liked that, and I finally let her have my son thinking I could trust him. And she tells my son and confides in him that his dad isn't his real dad. And now he went and found his real dad behind my back with my sister. And they are all trying to fight and get my son taken away from me. My son doesn't want to live in my house. We haven't talked in 3 days. I think it's the most miserable thing a person can ever.
It's completely understandable that the son would be overwhelmed after learning something this significant, especially if he believed one version of his family history for most of his life and then suddenly discovered a different reality. News like that can completely change a person's perspective and leave lasting emotional effects. But we're not finished yet. The final clip takes an even more unexpected turn, and you won't want to miss what happens next.
I got some bad news.
What?
So I decided to get a DNA test on Mika.
Okay.
And the DNA test came back, and I just found out I'm not Mika dad.
Come on, now you lying.
I'm so serious. The papers is right in front of me.
Well, them came on my papers.
How could you do something like this to me?
Do what?
You know what? I've been in this baby life since she was born. I signed her birth certificate.
No, baby.
How could you do this to me?
She belongs to the streets.
I went to her K-5 graduation. I was there. And you laughing and you think it's funny? No, I'm not playing. This is so serious. Why would you do something like this to me? So you've been sleeping behind my back? You had me thinking that she was my baby for 7 years?
You don't need to worry until you day. Come on now.
And I feel like you're making jokes about this whole situation when this is serious. I'm so hurt right now. I can't believe you would do this to me. I was there when she lost her first tooth. I helped her with her homework. We spent so much time together, and you still lying on his phone?
There's nothing humorous about a moment like this. Seeing someone react with laughter while another person is processing such life-changing news can come across as incredibly insensitive. The man's response reflects the shock and heartbreak of discovering that something he believed for many years may not have been true, and it's easy to understand why emotions would run so high. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, share your thoughts on these clips, and I'll see you in the next one.